This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I got that day. Remember when me tell you say I got that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you put like a papa nuku. But then the way you hero, me tell you what I look and the what on this amiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the front and the rest of man I tell you what I am. Me know that you fuck me tell them say
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bomb, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes, those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali, 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 Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire, yeah.
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for
flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself
We must revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism and people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
I need Biafra freedom. We Biafrans, we need Biafra freedom. For this, I decided, even to die, that Biafra must have its own freedom.
I want us to work systematically towards the establishment of a good, progressive, and democratic society where all vestiges of privilege and social injustice will be abolished, and the rich contribute more for the welfare of the poor. If civil war comes, and I do think it is imminent, you're quite right, it will for us be the price of freedom. Our people here have for a long time been prepared for this eventuality, and I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on the other side would be surprised as to what they're going to get. And I'm confident that it will not last long.
We'll surely come out as a nation because we're fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, plebiscite. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion, anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it and we will go for it.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Holy, holy.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead. You think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connected from. I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share on your own platform. Like and share to family and friends. Share the program to everyone that is close to you. Don't keep it to yourself. We have come this evening to have our Sunday sermon as we always do. You know, we are in a battlefield and we will not stop fighting. We continue to fight until the battle is won. So no matter the propaganda and blackmail you are seeing from right, left, and center, you must never be distracted. No matter what they say, no matter what you hear, you must be focused. We know there are so many distractions that are coming from all angles, from all corners. You must stay strong. First of all, I have to appreciate everyone that have participated on the Remembrance Day of our heroes. More especially, everybody in Biafra land, I appreciate all of you. Everyone that is in Biafra land, you deserve an accolade. My greetings to every one of you in Biafra land. You have done a great job. We saw your performance. I can bet you it cannot be, nobody can do better than what you are just doing. People in Biafra land performed excellently well against all odds, in the midst of all the attack, in the midst of all the suffering, in the midst of all the challenges. Every one of you are still there. I appreciate every one of you. My beloved brother Uche Onyenle, happy Heroes Day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my brother Onyenle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uche Onyenle. I wish you a very strong and beautiful Remembrance Day. The Remembrance Day continues throughout the whole weekend, even until Monday, we will continue to remember. It is Sunday, and many of us have gone to church. And my question is, what did you do when you get to church? Did you pray for Biafra? Did you remember to pray for your nation, Biafra? Did you remember to pray for our heroes? That is the question. Did you remember to pray for our heroes when you got to church today? What did your pastor preach about Biafra? And some of us who are still going to church, please, when you get to church, make sure you pray for Biafra. If you are still in the church and you come across our post, don't forget to pray for Biafra. It is a responsibility that is on our shoulder. We must continue to remember our heroes. If you are from Biafra land and at this time you are expecting somebody to beg you before you do what you're supposed to do, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm waiting to see reports of how the remembrance was done in various churches in Biafra land. Because if not that people are possessed, there's nothing that will make you not to have a special service for the remembrance of the fallen heroes in all the churches in Biafra land today. All the churches in Biafra land today are supposed to be observing the memory All the churches in Biafra land. You don't need to be told. Nobody needs to come and force you do this or do that. It is something that is worth doing. So long you have conscience and you're human. Even if you are not a Biafran and you are residing in Biafran territory, within this period, you are supposed to be part of this very observation. I appreciate everybody in Biafra land. You did marvelously well. I was very much encouraged with the videos that is coming out from Biafra land. And I'm going to play some of those videos. The videos we received from Biafra land, they marked it very, very well, without fear, without any trouble, without any problem. And that is how it's supposed to be. And as time goes on, we will continue to do it and make it much more open and stronger. At a time will come, the entire world will adopt it. That's our target. Not even about Nigeria. The entire Africa and the whole world will recognize 30th May, a day that injustice was done to humanity, not just to the Biafran people. That's the day that injustice was done to humanity. And we will continue to observe it. I appreciate everyone that made it a success. I appreciate you. It is not just one day, 30th, and it's gone. No, today is Sunday. It's supposed to be a Thanksgiving service on behalf of our heroes, the survivors, those who are alive to tell the story, those they left behind. Today is supposed to be a Thanksgiving service, thanking Chukwu Okike for keeping us alive. So in your churches, were you able to conduct the Thanksgiving on remembrance of our heroes? If you did not, you have lost it. Our responsibility is to come here to remind you what needs to be done. Remember, in our platform, we don't instigate violence. We don't preach hate. We don't attack people or individuals. All we do is to continue to push the gospel and say things the way they are. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not, whether you're angry or you're not. We will continue to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. That is why we are here. So this very evening, in our evening service, this is where we worship. I am a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. And after my Sunday service, I will still come here to worship my fellow Biafrans. I don't miss it. Even if something happened, I didn't go to church, I must come here to worship with my fellow Biafrans every Sunday. And that is what we are doing. It doesn't matter even if it is one person or two people. It is a promise that I have made, and that we continue to fulfill that promise for as long as Chukwu Okike gives me that strength to do so. I will continue to observe it, keeping the memory of the heroes alive. That is what we are doing today. Wherever you are watching, I say good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Distinguished viewers across the world, friends, brothers, sisters, and all those joining us from around the world, I welcome you to this special Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day broadcast. You are all welcome. Today is not merely another day on the calendar. This period is a very sensitive and important period. It's a day of memory, period of memory. It's a period of reflection, a period of honor. The time we're in is a period when we pause to remember men, women, children, whose lives were forever affected by one of the most significant chapters in African history. As we gather this evening on this very platform, we do so with respect for memory of those who suffered, those who sacrificed, and those whose story continue to shape conversation about identity, justice, human dignity, and the future. Heroes Remembrance Day is not only about the past, it is also about responsibility of the living, you and I, So while we are remembering our heroes, it is also about the responsibility of the living, you and I that survived. Today, we also make reflection. It concerns us. It is about ensuring that history is remembered. It falls on our shoulder, no matter what happens, no matter what anybody say. It is about making sure that future generations understand where they came from and the lesson history has to teach. Tonight, I invite you to listen carefully, reflect deeply, consider the importance of preserving memory of generation yet unborn. That is why we gather. So wherever you join us from, I want you to pay attention and give us your little time. The few time we are going to spend here, I bet you it will not be in vain. One of the greatest tragedy that can happen to any people is not merely suffering itself. Suffering alone is not the greatest tragedy a people can face. The greatest tragedy is forgetting when memories disappear. Forgetting when memories disappear, lessons disappear. When lessons disappear, mistakes are repeated. And that is the greatest thing that can happen to any generation. History repeatedly teaches us that society that fail to remember their past often find themselves confronting similar challenges again and again. That is why remembrance matters. That is why memory matters. That is why commemorative days matters. That is why stories passed from grandparents to children matters. Memory protects truth. Memory preserves identity. Memory connects generations. Every nation on earth remember significant moments in its history. Every community honors individuals whose sacrifice helped shape their collective story. Biafra Hero Remembrance Day belong within that universal human tradition of remembering. It is a day dedicated to ensuring that those who live through difficult times are not forgotten. We will never forget. And many will ask, who are the heroes? Many people who are watching, including Biafrans, many are asking, who are the heroes? When people hear the word hero, they often think only of soldiers. But tonight, let us broaden our understanding about heroes. It is not just about the soldiers. Heroes come in many forms. Heroes come in many forms. Some wore uniform. Some did not. Some were leaders. Some were ordinary citizens. Some were mothers who struggled to feed their families. Some were fathers who sacrificed everything for their children. Some were medical workers who treated sick people despite overwhelming odds. Some were humanitarian workers who risked their life to help others. Some were children who lived because part of a larger historical story they never chose. their experience from part of the historical memory we acknowledge today. All these people I mentioned are all heroes. So heroes are not only those in uniform. They are not only the leaders. They are not only the popular people you know. Their stories remind us of the human cost of conflict. Their life reminds us why peace, justice, and human dignity matters. My brothers and sisters that are watching and people of the world that are watching us, every generation inherits two things: a history and a responsibility. The history is given to us. The responsibility is ours to choose. We choose the responsibility, but history is given to us. The responsibility of our generation is not to rewrite history according to convenience. That is what Nigerian government and the British are trying to do every day. They are fighting so hard to rewrite history. The responsibility of our generation is not to rewrite history according to convenience. It is to erase uncomfortable truth. It is not to erase uncomfortable truth. It is not to forget. Our responsibility is to learn, to study, to research, to understand, to preserve. The younger generation must know the history of the region. They must understand the events that shaped families and community. They must learn from successes and failures of the past. Knowledge is preservation. Education is preservation. History awareness is preservation. Every time a young person learns about history, memory survives. Every time a family shares its story, memories survive. Every time history records are preserved, memories survive. Now you are getting the picture of why it is necessary that we must not allow the heroes of Biafra to be forgotten. We must always remember. We will never forget. There are so many reasons why history still matters today. Today, regardless what the Zoological Republic government are doing, trying to distort history up to the extent of taking away history from their curriculum. History still matters today. Very important. Some people ask, why continue discussing history? That is what some empty-head people say. Why continue discussing history? Why remember events that happened decades ago? The answer is simple. Because history never truly disappeared. Its effects remains. Its lesson remain. Its consequences remains. The question raised by history continue to influence present-day discussion about governance, representation, rights, identity, and justice. More especially where we find ourselves, and that is why history is as important as life in Nigeria. Understanding history helps society navigate contemporary challenges more wisely. History is not a prison. History is a teacher, and wise people learn from their teacher. That is why the Biafrans will never forget. We will continue to remember our heroes. Biafra Heroes Day Remembrance will even get better in time to come. It is getting much, much better. I was very impressed with the videos, pictures, speeches that I saw. This was one time that every group was speaking in one voice. This was one time that every group was focusing on one thing, one collective interest. A very interesting time indeed. And we are where we are today because of the power of resilience. One of the most remarkable lessons from the Biafran experience is resilience. Resilience. One of the most remarkable lessons that we will never forget. We will continue to prop out and make sure that we remember is resilience. Resilience is the ability to endure hardship without losing hope. Up to today, Biafrans remain resilient, enduring hardship without losing hope. Resilience is the ability to continue despite diversity, despite adversity. We continue. Resilience is the refusal to allow suffering to define our future. We have never allowed that. Communities affected by conflict often demonstrate extraordinary resilience, just like the Biafrans did. We rebuild, we recover, we educate our children, we create businesses, we preserve culture. We continue to contribute to society. We continue moving forward. Resilience does not mean forgetting pain. Like some of them, they used to say, they say, oh, we have businesses everywhere. How can we be talking about self-determination? We have businesses everywhere. Oh, we are entrepreneurs. And because of that, you don't have to have your own nation, that you kill yourself when you move away. Resilience does not mean forgetting pain. We are resilient, yes. We are entrepreneurs. We endure. We move forward. But yet, it does not mean that we are forgetting the pain we are going through. We will never forget. Resilience means finding strength despite the pain. That lesson remains relevant today. That lesson remains relevant, and this is a lesson that is drawn from the Civil War. Resilience was one of the things that made our forefathers survive, that made our fathers, our parents to survive and give back to us. The global conversation about self-determination must continue. We must continue to preach self-determination of the Biafran people across the world. Across the world, discussion about self-determination continue in many regions and among many people, like we, the Biafrans. Self-determination is a concept recognized in international law. Yes, it is recognized. Recognized in international law and political discourse. Different societies approach this discourse in different ways. People hold different opinions. Government hold different positions. Observers hold different perspectives. But regardless of viewpoints, meaningful discussion benefits from knowledge, understanding, peaceful dialogue, and respect for human rights. These conversations are often complex when it comes to self-determination, but we are not going to chicken out because of that. It involves history, it involves the law, involve identity, involve politics. They involve human aspiration. Therefore, they require careful thought and informed discussion. Self-determination must be discussed, whether Nigerian zoological republic like it or not. The world must push for the self-determination of the Biafra because it's an international right. International law supports it. So why wouldn't we go for it? Tonight, I want to emphasize something important to every one of us as Biafrans. No community can preserve its history without unity of purpose. Almost in every program I do every day, I talk about unity of purpose. That is how important it is to you, important to me. You can continue to pretend, but I tell you, it is very, very important. Unity does not require everyone to agree on every issue. I have said it. We can disagree and still have the unity of purpose moving. So when we talk about this unity, just like Mazen Nandekam, in the Sokoto Declaration, he was still preaching unity and calling all of us to unite and stop this bickering online and attack against each other. That if you don't understand anything in that Sokoto Declaration, that was the point that Mazen Nandekam stressed on that Sokoto Declaration. Unity. Stop the attack on yourselves. Unity means respecting one another. Regardless our different opinion, our different group, our different ideologies. Respecting one another even when we disagree. There's no point for you to come online and be abusing your brother, abusing your sister, calling them unprintable names that you know that is not obtainable. More especially, referring to your brother or your sister as a terrorist. It is a crime. No sensible human being does that. Your own brother, that is your identity. That when you are not seeing you see your brother, they've seen you. And you come and you call your own brother in the public in such unprintable name and you think you are free, you are not. Whenever you use that word for your brother or your sister, you are referring to yourself. You are just telling the world what you are. Unity means respecting one another. Unity means preserving collective memory. Collective memory, we must preserve it. Just like we have united on this very remembrance, 30th day. 30th May, they can put it in place. And today we are, from yesterday, we have been engaging in that memory. Everybody, both politicians and non-politicians, everybody engaging for both those who are part of the agitation or not, everybody keyed in. Collective memory. That is the unity we are talking about. Unity means supporting truth. Whenever you see the truth, support it. That's unity. If we support or don't support lies. There are so many of us that is watching and this program that do that. You are supporting some things you are not even sure of. So many of us support something we know that this thing is a lie. This narrative that this man, this woman is preaching is a lie. You know it's a lie and you are supporting it. Why? Even if you're not sure, don't support. Make your own verification before you begin to support. Unity means supporting the truth. The truth. Find the truth is not difficult to find. The only reason most of us cannot find truth is because our heart is so dark. We are so angry, envy, jealousy, fear our heart. And for that, it becomes difficult for us to know the truth. Unity means supporting truth. Unity means ensuring that future generation inherits knowledge rather than confusion. Our future generation, with what we are doing today, what are we going to leave for them? What are we leaving for them? We have to ensure that the future generation inherits knowledge rather than confusion. If we continue to support lies, push wrong information and narratives, you are going to leave your future generation with confusion. Just like Nigeria has left its people in confusion today. Nigerian people, they don't even know their history. Many Nigerians don't know their left and right. Because those who were affected by the history want to change it by fire, by force. Confusion, there's a lot of confusion in that country for Nigeria. And this is what they're living for their future. You can imagine what the future generation of Nigeria, the future generation, coming generation of Gowon, what are they going to see as history? What are they going to know? Gowon great grandchildren, what are they going to know? What history is he leaving for them? Lie. A united community remembers together. A united community remembers together, the Biafrans, as we are today, and we remember our heroes' day together. That is a united society. Let us capitalize on this moment. This moment, at one point in time, every one of us, we are focusing in all the platform. Their title is Heroes Day, Heroes Day, Heroes Day, Heroes Day, Heroes Day. Every day, everybody is talking about Heroes Day. Everybody kidding on unity of purpose, united in remembering together. This is what we should hold on to. Forget about your differences. We must learn together. We must reflect together. We must build together. Build our new nation together. Let us go into the lessons of the heroes. What lessons do the heroes leave behind? That is the question. What lesson does the heroes leave behind? They remind us that human dignity matters. They remind us that courage matters. They remind us that sacrifice matters. They remind us that memory matters. They remind us that future generations have a responsibility to learn from the past. The greatest tribute we can pay to those remembered on this very Heroes Day, Remembrance Day, is not merely words. It's not merely words. The greatest tribute we can give to them is not merely spoken words, thanking them and saying all sort of things. The greatest tribute we can give to them is understanding. The greatest tribute we can give to them is education, is historical awareness, is preserving the stories with honesty and integrity. That is the greatest tribute we can give to them, our past heroes. That is the greatest tribute we can give to them. The greatest tribute we can give to them. Understanding, education, historical awareness, preserving their story with honesty and integrity. Ask yourself, are you doing that? Is that what you are doing in your platform, in your group, in the comment section? Is that what you are doing? To the younger generation, to the younger people watching me tonight, you are the custodian of memory. You that is watching me, you are the custodian of memory. One day, the responsibility will rest entirely upon your shoulder. So read, study, ask questions, listen to elders, preserve historical records, value knowledge. Do not allow important chapter of history to disappear. Do not allow important chapter of history to disappear, regardless where you find yourself. Just like our land is still under occupation under Nigeria, no matter what they do, we must not allow them to deny us our history. We must keep the memory alive. The future belongs to those who understand both where they are going, where they come from. The future belongs to those who understand both where they are going, and where they come from. Wherever you're watching from, I am happy for the videos I saw that came out from Biafra land. It is impressive. Very impressive. And I'm going to play some of those videos. More especially the speech that was given to the selected Prime Minister in Biafra land. I want to play the clip so that you can be able to see what transpired. The Biafrans performed excellently well. I must tell you, I am impressed with what Biafrans in Biafra land did. They did amazingly well. Against all odds, against all the attack, against all the propaganda and blackmail, they stood their ground. They never gave up. With all the attack that is coming from right, left, and center, they did what they had to do. And continue to do more, even as you are watching this video. Biafrans in Biafra land did excellently well. And we must appreciate them. We must encourage them. We must continue to thank them. They did what they had to do. And more. We expect to see more in the future. More things are going to happen. With the spirit we conducted ourselves in this very Heroes Day Remembrance, we need to focus and do much more. A lot more things are going to happen. And I urge every one of us, wherever you are, don't give up. There is hope. There is hope. A great one, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And we are getting there. We are getting closer home. When you see the elaborate celebration, you can't believe that this is happening in Biafra land. With all the attack that is coming from the Nigerian military Janjaweed, and yet Biafrans stood their ground. I want you to watch this video. Watch it carefully, and let's see how the Biafrans in Biafra land observe the Remembrance Day. Let's watch together.
God bless the Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious of wrong. All hail the Lord. No star shines everywhere. We praise your divinity. Anoint and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury. Unleash thy God and light alone. Shining forever.
The representative of the veterans, followed by the representative of the fathers, followed by the representative of the farmers, and the last but not the least, the representative of the youth. Thank you.
It's a very interesting program conducted in Biafra land. What you are watching is Biafra land, laying the list for our heroes. A very well organized program in Biafra land. This is done in Biafra land. This is no longer time to be afraid or fear. Biafrans are standing their ground, doing what they are supposed to do. We are taking back our land.
The representative of the fathers, please. The representative of the mothers.
It's a very interesting program. Those who are watching on TikTok will not see it, but those who are watching me on YouTube, seeing what is going on. For those on TikTok, just have patience. Hopefully, I'm going to upload it on TikTok so that you can come back and watch on TikTok how Biafra Remembrance Day was observed in Biafra land. Some open Remembrance Day marking. It was marked in the open, in a very big, massive field, and Biafrans there doing what are doing. The state of Ohamadike, they are Ohamadike states, they are the ones doing this. Representative of the fathers there, the mothers, the youth, and Prime Minister chosen there, also there. Representative of the Prime Minister is there. So they all lay down the beats for our fallen heroes.
I promise you, as you come up with all your heart and you listen carefully and you obey, there will be nothing to go. We will not be manipulated. We will not go. We are not going to war. There will be nothing to go. So I am telling you, not the Ghana of Nigeria. Are we going to abandon him? Are we going to abandon him? I ask for the matter. Are we going to abandon him? We cannot abandon the man who is ready to wait for his people. He told us to the end of the whole world in English. Father, open your hand, I commit my soul. As I'm embarking in this journey, if I come back alive, good. I die, good. He instructed us to do what we did from June 2021 to November 29, 2024. Is he not a great man? Where is the law? Show me the law. Where government will watch like today, making about 15 or 16 days. Little children that went to school, about 14 of them are still in graduation. And they are busy going up and down. Rejoicing. Election will be going with their business level. Nonsense. Shalom. Are you hearing me? I don't want to find an answer. I'm very say, no, I'm a teacher to 90,000 people. Other than I don't know how to stop them from them. I'm not worried about nothing with the election. You don't talk about Boko and all this. I'm not just from the Gambia. I'm not even, I don't know how to do that. Are you hearing me? I don't know if you're not talking them. I mean, are you there? So, you get the because our people will not do a trial. What we are nothing like our race again. This ethnic place, I don't know where. I am telling you. What do they do? They didn't do the what happened to the military? They will spread over 1 year, 4 months. And then one is in my way. I don't know why anything is going. At a prayer for Western world. Our people generation will do. When I had that, I would have pretend as France, like ordinary oil and gas. Since that time, I know I used to see it. But I have no one. Conference of the Open Open. Open 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 and I got some English. Yet, open eyes to go to now. But you hear me until I made it. You hear me until I made it. And I am as. Shalom. I do make a very great thing. I like listening. Different ways to pray about our Mama and Mama by Jeremy. They work at the right thing and the right temple. Shalom. I am very sure that the newly declared United States of Biafra on the 29th day of November 2024 is marching on. Marching on to take this place among other nations of the world. First, Germany, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Singapore all rose from poverty or destruction to wealth in one generation. Germany had gold and some iron ore, but not oil, no precious minerals. Nothing the West needed badly enough to keep Germany poor because of certain changes. Shalom. After the war that was, Japan had almost nothing. They imported everything, oil, gold, and copper. I got that to one day. What am I doing? I'm not going to say. The actual reality. I know where my man, no one of who went there. Are you hearing me? You put your hand there, go now. It's a pretty man around the cupboard. You don't know the man is hell. The number of them. I just want you to go to the shower, run out, go to the shower, go on, see, I know I get that. Man, see, I need a new way to more than 5 countries. Join together.
We bless your name. We adore thee. We bow before thee. We are saying, receive all the glory and thanksgiving and appreciation in the name that is above all names, even the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord, for the gift of life. Thank you for health and strength and energy, vitality and vigor. Thank you for the gift of this day, the day of Biafra. You gave us a life to see this day. Thank you for making this event a success. Thank you for preserving the life of Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for preserving the life of Simon Ekpa. Thank you for preserving the life of our leader, His Excellency, Honorable Chike Chinoroba. Thank you for the preservation of the life of sons and daughters of Biafra. Thank you for freedom. We are free. You have given us freedom. You have given us freedom. Freedom from DJ Mike's
So that was the Biafra Heroes Day Remembrance in Biafra land. That was what you just watched. You had the speech of the acting Prime Minister in Biafra land. It was a very amazing show. They did their best. It was the courage is second to none. This is what we are talking about. When you are working and you are doing something, the people need to see. The Biafrans themselves will see. This is Ohamadike State. Ohamadike State, that was what they did in the open. bravely, without any fear of anything and any interruption. They conducted the heroes they successfully. Successfully. These are veterans of Biafra. You're watching them. Biafran veterans. These are Biafran veterans. You see, there are many of our soldiers who are still alive. No rehabilitation, nobody considered their effort during the Civil War. These are men and women who participated in the Civil War, very much alive, are heroes. Look at them with their uniforms. Biafran heroes. These are the people we are remembering who fought in the front line, suffered for our nation. Look at them. These are the people we are remembering. These are the people we are talking about. These are the people we are observing this memory. So just like when I was speaking, we are not remembering only those that are dead. No. We remember those who are alive, those who survived. Like the ones you're watching in this video. These are people who went through hell. These are people that went through hell and they survived. So these are the people we are celebrating. It is not just about the ordinary people, people who died in the war, not about the dead alone. The survivors of the war, we celebrate them, we appreciate them, and it is worth doing. We must not allow this history to die. No matter how the enemies try, no matter how they push their blackmail, propaganda, their attack, we must not allow this history to die. We must keep it up. Continue to make sure that they are remembered. We are not Nigerians. We will never be Nigerian, and we have never been Nigerian. So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, we are not part of them, and we will never be part of them. We will continue to respect and remember our heroes at every given point in time. With every little opportunity that we have, we will remember them. So wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama, do not forget. Do not forget. Don't forget to remember our heroes. We will continue to remember them. No matter what happens, we will continue to keep this memory alive. Tomorrow we are going to have another program, still on this very remembrance. It's not just one day. Throughout this period, even throughout next month, we keep the memory alive. As you know that the BBC is going to release their movie premiere. They're going to premiere their movie on Monday. They premiere their movie, and the movie, you know what is coming. A movie written by a Yoruba man who has not been to Nigeria before, was born in the UK, writing about Biafra. You know what to expect. So we are patiently waiting. We will not be part of it. We disagree with it even before it's been released, because the British themselves, BBC, has no moral right to produce such movie. BBC have no moral right to air that movie. Even the producer himself, a Yoruba man who has not been to Biafra land, doesn't have the right, doesn't have the morality to be there and do it. So we must continue to advocate and speak up and remember our heroes, dead and alive. Look at Biafran heroes, they are very much alive. Look at them. These are veterans of Biafra who fought this. Look at many of them. This is just in Ohamadike alone. In Ohamadike alone, look at people that fought in the Civil War. Look at them. There are many of them alive. Helplessly, nobody recognizes them. Nobody is giving them any support. Nothing. These are the people we are supposed to celebrate. When Biafra come, they will be given a special preference. Our remembrance is not only for the dead, even the living. These people you see here, we make sure we put them on a very better situation. Salaries. Take care of them to live more for us. Because these are the people that fought that will be alive today. Look at them. When Nigeria wanted to exterminate everybody, look at the people that fought. It is these people that fought in the front line. Look at them. They fought to make sure that you and I are alive. They are the people we are remembering. Look at them. Only in Ohamadike. In other states, we have people like this in various states. And we must keep that memory alive. We must keep the memory, no matter what happens. No matter their propaganda, their blackmail, their lies from right, left, and center. Don't be moved. Don't allow it to move you. Do not allow whatever nonsense they are talking to move you. Remain consistent. Remain focused. At the end of the day, victory is sure. Victory will definitely come. I appreciate everyone that was able to participate on this very program that we have, the Remembrance of our hero. It was very amazing and important. And I bet you, even in the future, it is going to be much more better. It is going to be much better as we go further. Whatever they say, whatever they do, don't get discouraged. Do not allow anyone to discourage you. Don't allow their lies to get at you. Don't allow their propaganda to get at you. We have come. And there is no going back. Just as this our sister said during the Civil War. Just listen to the statement of that lady and you will know that if a woman can speak in that manner, what about you? Are you the one that is going to be afraid? Are you the one that's going to be afraid? If a woman should be speaking in the manner that this our sister spoke during the Civil War, fearlessly, if a Biafra woman can speak like this, what about you? What about you?
We lived in the north for so many years, and the reward the house could give my forefather was to kill him. He was the first man killed in the May massacre. After being chased for some few yards, they shot at him, and then when they got him, they had to slice him into two, like, you know, when you want to slice your bread, they slice it into two. Can you imagine such a thing? Biafra is to my destination. You know, despite the support of Britain, Russia, Egypt, and some other friends of Nigeria, we all will surely come out as a nation because our fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. Now, we shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
You had the confession of that our sister during the Civil War. You see the bravery in her face. Very determined. A woman speaking with so much courage in the midst of the war. In the midst of the suffering, we will never back down. Look at how she tells the story of how her father was butchered in cold blood simply because he's a Biafra. Not because he committed any crime. He did not commit any crime. And you think we will forget? You think we will forget? We will never forget. We have fought before and we will fight again to regain what we have lost. It doesn't matter how they continue to push their lie and propaganda. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how they say it. We will continue to make sure that our voice is heard. And we will keep this memory alive. You can imagine what that lady passed
by others cannot reject himself.
The ordinate ambition
of the House of Fulani oligarchy to continue to dominate the whole of what was formerly the Federation of Nigeria, the unrealistic desire to acquire the wealth and resources of Biafra while rejecting their people, the mad and homicidal desire to exterminate from the face of the earth 14 million Biafrans, drove Gawan and his clique towards unleashing a costly war to attain the unattainable, the subjugation of this young but promising republic.
That is the speech of our eternal leader, Dim Odumodu.
With the vast resources of the former Federation of Nigeria, with which to prosecute the war, even with the active collaboration of those international opportunists, Britain and the Soviet Union, an unholy alliance of vested interests, even with the attempt to subvert our government by suborning some of our highly placed military and civilian personnel, an attempt which was foiled at the nick of time, Gawan has failed to make good his boast to crush Biafra. A campaign which he bragged would only take 48 hours to accomplish.
Imagine.
Has now dragged on for almost 5 months and will drag on for as long as it takes Gawan and his clique, both Nigerian and others, to realize that nothing can shake the will or crush the spirit of a determined people. If Gawan's military campaign has achieved anything, it is only a confirmation of the fact that Biafrans have nothing to expect but destruction from the hands of their erstwhile Nigerian compatriots. In the few border towns which fell into the hands of the Nigerian forces, Biafrans were pillaged and what could not be stolen was destroyed, while the men were shot and tortured and the women defiled. Even foreign correspondents have testified to the massive killings of people of Biafran origin and a particular ethnic grouping in the Republic of Benin when that young republic fell into the hands of the Nigerians as a result of treachery. Instead of accepting the fact and the truth which they know, that they forced the people of the former eastern region out of the Federation, the Nigerian aggressors have been attempting to dupe the world by claiming that we seceded in order to keep our oil wealth to ourselves. You all know that in spite of our oil and other resources, the former Eastern Nigerians were always the greatest advocates of unity. General Ironsi himself, an Easterner, was murdered by the northern Nigerians because of his determination to unify the country. For a people who have made such great sacrifices and abandoned their most valuable investments in Nigeria in quest for safety, this is the unkindest thing to say. No, it is the Nigerian leaders themselves who are in fact guilty of what they accuse us of and have shown beyond doubt that they are only interested in having our resources and not our people. Our detractors have also attempted to confuse African and indeed world opinion by propagating the despicable falsehood that our independence will be a precedent for separation in other African states. They have not bothered to ask themselves, for instance, what was the precedent for the alleged Biafran secession? The truth is that one secession does not necessarily lead to another. Throughout history, there has been a long list of empires that broke up into nations and federations which split into sovereign states. The Union of Great Britain and Ireland, the federations of Mali, Malaysia, West Indies, and Central Africa are recent examples of this. The disintegration occurred on account of unique local factors or to grave linguistic and religious differences. Biafra, however, remains a lesson to all countries of what could happen if they were to unleash a pogrom against a section of their own community. Amongst other spurious arguments trumped up by the Lagos clique is another that Nigeria is a single interdependent economic unit and that its disintegration would disrupt established market trends and leave the separate economies so much poorer. It is true that as between the regions of the former Nigerian Federation, the economic pattern was one of interdependence, but this is equally true of all world economies which are complementary. But this should not make us to try and force unworkable political units on an unwilling people merely to create a large market. It is enough for both states to enter into trade and technical agreements. With more efficient planning, these separate units could even be made economically more prosperous. This also disproves the argument that Nigeria would not be viable without Biafra. Perhaps Nigeria may be poorer for it, and it should have occurred to its leaders to be more tolerant of people who they now admit constituted their wealth. But the rest of Nigeria has enough potentiality to remain a great and united African state. If only its leaders would show realism and imagination in harnessing their vast potential resources.
That's true. Every one of them have enough resources to take care of themselves.
Demonstrated their scorn for African opinion, which they are now trying desperately to cultivate by refusing to accept our calls for a peaceful resolution of our conflict through the good offices of many African states. Even when they had reluctantly agreed to the Organization for African Unity's desire to mediate, they are taking steps to frustrate their efforts.
Biafra
is no longer asking for anyone's mediation, but is willing at all times, as in the past, to resolve its conflict with Lagos at the conference table. The Organization of African Unity has shown itself insensitive to our suffering and incapable of resolving the crisis. A so-called mediation, which presumes that there is only one side to a dispute and can go to every length to appease that side, cannot be expected to be fair, objective, and just. The present conflict can now be resolved by individual states taking initiative by recognizing our right to existence and urging on Nigeria to abandon her war of aggression against an injured people. Having failed on all scores, the Nigerians have raised the bogey of a minority in Biafra being forced into independence against their wish. This again is far from the truth. Our people, irrespective of their ethnic grouping, have shown conclusively their commitment to and support of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Biafra by their sacrifice in blood and contribution to the war effort. The decision to declare the sovereign and independent state of Biafra was a unanimous one made by the chiefs, leaders, and representatives of all communities in Biafra at the Consultative Council of Chiefs and Elders. The so-called representatives of the minorities never had any popular backing, were defeated in elections in their own homes during the civilian era, and have since been denounced by their own people. Some of them, like Okoye Arikpo, are themselves guilty of intellectual dishonesty since they were party or sponsors of the constitutional proposals creating the present provinces of the Republic of Biafra in order to allay minority fears. Our people know enough of Lagos and can testify that the massacre of thousands of then Eastern Nigerians was irrespective of tribal affiliation. The bombing and other military brutalities since Biafran independence have followed the same pattern.
having suffered together, they are now united together in solidarity to fight on to victory, to assure a place of honor and respect for themselves and their children. When the Lagos vandals realized that they were doomed to failure, they, along with their foreign megaphones like the BBC, thought that they could win by pretending to be doing so. They are trying to make the world believe that they have taken Enugu, that the war is virtually ended, and that they are now engaged in the task of reconstruction. Nothing is further from the truth. Our valiant forces have continued to keep the enemy at the few border towns and zones they have captured by treachery. The gallant Biafran force.
That was the speech of our eternal leader, Dim Odemegwu. And you see, most of the things he explained and said here are things that are happening today and continue to happen. These are still the same complaint he did, he was laying there, or the same complaint we are still making up to today. Nothing changes. Absolutely nothing changes. It is still the same madness that we are seeing today. The same crime against humanity that is saying today. They don't want to discuss. They don't want to sit on the round table. They don't want to talk. Even when we make every single move, they frustrate it. The same thing they did with the Civil War is what they are still doing.
You're quite right. It will for us be our people here have for a long time been prepared for this eventuality, and I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on the other side would be surprised as to what they're going to get. And I'm confident that it will not last long. I can't say for certain what Lagos has got. When we lost direct contact with Lagos, they had some 4 battalions ill-equipped, and I know that they have been purchasing a lot of arms since, and I know that they have negotiated and received a few armored vehicles. Prior to that, they had some scout cars. I know they have tried to get planes. I am not sure they have got them there. But on our side, we too have not been sitting quietly. There has been quite a lot of build-up. And I think what I have here is sufficient to maintain the integrity of Biafra and more.
That was the speeches of our eternal leader during the Civil War. We try to bring them back for you to see the courage in him, the courage in Biafran people, and how prepared they were then. Regardless the fact that they have nothing, they don't have enough for themselves, but the courage, the resilience is nothing to write home with. Very courageous people. Our eternal leader was not shaken, not at any point in time. In all his speech, he never shook. Even when the entire world was against him. The entire world was against Biafra, but he was still standing, and Biafrans were giving him that support. Moving on without looking back. We will never forget. We will keep this memory alive, continue to remember them, and may the soul of the departed heroes rest in peace.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy. harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on, hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
That was our eternal leader speaking.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism. People feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, perhaps it's better we all perish. They do never consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see.
The same language that Mazen Nandi can use, that Biafra must be free.
For this, I decided, even to die, that Biafra must have.
I want us to work systematically towards the establishment of a good, progressive, and democratic society where all vestiges of privilege and social injustice will be abolished, and the rich contribute more to the welfare of the poor. If civil war comes, and I do think it is imminent, with that, it will for us be the price of freedom. Our people here have for a long time been prepared for this eventuality, and I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on their side will be surprised as to what they're going to get. And I'm confident that it will not last long.
Will surely come out as a nation because our fighting has just come. Even a little child on the street will tell you it's love. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, legislation. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion to anybody who can find a democratic way of
They
finding out the
refuse.
ways
They
of
prefer war.
that we suggested, and we will go for it.
Another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior.
So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, you have seen from history what has transpired, and you are seeing what is happening today. I want you to compare and contrast. Has there been any change? From all the complaints that our eternal leader laid down, has there been any difference from what is happening today? There is no difference. Instead, it is getting worse by day. Instead, the situation is getting worse. There's no difference. And he wants us to pretend all is well. He wants us to pretend we are not going to fight anymore. He wants us to pretend, oh, everything is all right. We are not going to pretend. We are not going to back down. We will continue to pursue our freedom. We will continue to speak as much as we can. No matter the propaganda, no matter the blackmail, no matter what you throw at us, we will never back down. We will never ever back down. We will continue to pursue the freedom of our people. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, tighten up your belt. The days ahead is evil. There are difficult days ahead. Don't say you are not one. Don't say you are not. There are difficult days ahead. You must tighten your belt. But in the midst of it all, we shall overcome. In the midst of all the trouble and challenges, we shall overcome. Do not be confused. Do not be discouraged. So, as we conclude this special Heroes Remembrance Day sermon, let us remember that remembrance is not about remaining trapped in the past. Remembrance is not just about remaining trapped in the past. Remembrance is about carrying lessons forward. It is about honoring human experiences. It is about preserving the truth. Remembrance is about ensuring that future generations understand the story that shaped their world. That is why we are remembering. Tonight, we honor memory. Tonight, we honor resilience. Tonight, we honor sacrifice. Tonight, we honor history. May the stories of those remembered continue to educate future generations. May the story of our heroes continue to educate future generations. May historical understanding continue to grow among us. May memory never fade. And may the lessons of history continue to guide humanity towards a future built upon dignity, understanding, and peace. Thank you for joining us this evening, wherever you are joining from. Thank you for remembering, and thank you for helping keep history alive. Good evening. And may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of you, more especially our Supreme Leader and our Prime Minister, Mazi Salwa Jack. May they return to us as soon as possible. Have a beautiful night, and see you tomorrow on our exclusive program tomorrow. Join us in the morning, and we will continue to remember our heroes. Good night.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memories still deep to now till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our
call Asabros Mero. But the way you go like a papa nuku. But them they will go niro. Me tell you what I look pandi. What police are miro. Me tell you what I day. For me the fella the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me never give up. Me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together. No retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
And I look up to the sky with tears in my eye for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart. You'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We bled in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for the freedom of unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah. Put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on. Cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah. You know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge. And we must stand to represent who we are.